Greetings and greetings to you all. This is Master Abdullah, and this is the 5 Elements Spiritual Journey. And today's topic on the 5 Elements Journey is about psychological warfare, which is far more deadly than warfare or physical destruction. Physical warfare, people get killed and things destroyed. People can be remembered through memorials. Things can be rebuilt. But psychological warfare is not just destroying the present, but it can destroy the future to come for many generations. And we are in this very moment in time, where a moral structure we call democracy, that meant to bring commonality among people, because through that commonality, people can find common purpose. And through that common purpose, all the other virtue of democracy can blossom. Peace and harmony. Then people can live in tranquility. The true nature and definition of democracy. But here you have democracy distorted for psychological warfare. That started from the slavery era. And we're seeing that effect unfolding right before our very own eyes. A nation that advocates democracy want to be seen as champion of democracy. But yet, people of its own in the same nation are fighting to be seen as relevant. A nation of democracy. A distorted democracy for a psychological warfare. And this slogan, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, this slogan is the current weapon and a very effective one that is being used at this point. All these who shouting about it for all to hear, holding a sign for all to see. Some probably doing it and knowing about it, and some doing it not knowing about it. Either way will work for the enemy. After this, what led to this whole big Black Lives Matter protests around the world? When this George Floyd was murdered, how many people have been murdered after that? Black people. Senseless, almost the same thing. Just yesterday, in the news, there was this black guy who was arrested for riding a bike without a helmet. He was arrested for that, went to the police station, did not come out alive. Only 5 similar accidents. That's all you need. When the whole world is shouting about it, sign everywhere. You only need 5 people to bring the whole thing down, to demoralize the whole movement. Any movement extinguished, that's how it's done. The government is best of this. Yesterday in France, there's this cop going MMA on this lady, black lady, who was pregnant. Nothing but not want to go to the store and not having a mask. For that simple thing, this guy wrestled this black lady on the floor who's pregnant. See? So, and what this does is, people will say with all the protests, all the noise, people are still doing it. What else to do? It put you in a hopeless situation. And now when everything died down, people feel hopeless. It's going to happen in every part of the world. What else are you going to do? Because you did all your effort and didn't work. You see? That's how you demoralize any movement. Let them gain momentum, where all the hopes comes up. You use your slogan and bring everything down. Every movement will ever put to rest, that's how it's done. This is psychological warfare. That's why this slogan they're using is a very dangerous weapon. It's a very dangerous weapon. And there's a point where the enemy is at the favor of the enemy right now. Because it went beyond the border of the nation. Very dangerous state. That's why this has to be stopped. Psychological warfare, there are two things you don't do. You understand the nature of the field, of the battle. You'll understand it's more relevant to understand the nature of the battle than understanding the nature of your enemy. You don't focus on how your enemy do their fights. You understand the nature of the battle and you're trying to do your fight. You understand the nature of the battle. Now when your enemy or opponent step in the battle, it will stand on your familiar. What you're familiar, what you've been training for, what you've been working for, it will step in your familiar. You have a chance to prevail. But if you spend your time of preparing for the battle, focusing how your opponent do things, when you step in a battle, you will face an imminent defeat. Because your opponent can change strategy whenever they wish. You will always be behind. You don't fight according to how your enemy fight. You develop your own strategy. You fight your fight. Psychological warfare. And that goes the same even with physical warfare. The second thing and the most forbidden one to do in any psychological warfare or any struggle for that matter is to play as a victim or accept to be a victim even when you are one. You don't. Because the moment you accept, see yourself as a victim in any situation, any battle, any struggle, whenever you see yourself as a victim, you will be conquered. That's the one thing you never do in any battle, whether it's a physical battle or psychological. Physical warfare, psychological. That's the one thing you never do, is to play a victim, to play as a victim, or accept to be the victim. You see, even when you are. You see in the physical fight, let's say boxing or any, when one fighter see as a victim get hurt, what you see the other fighter do? They go all out. They are empowered now. Try to take them once and for all. One great example of this is one of the greatest fighters who ever played the game, Mike Tyson. When he was fighting against Ronald Holyfield. When he started playing a victim, complaining to the referee how his opponent was fighting, that was it. See himself as a victim, end up beating his ear off. A moment that's going to be highlight in his career, which he would wish to end on. See, it does not matter in which battle you're in, what level, in any level. The moment you play victim or accept to be victim, you will face imminent defeat. That's why you never play victim in any circumstances, in any challenges. Why so? It's more relevant to understand the nature of the battle than your enemy or your opponent. And I'm speaking to the experience. When I came here to the US and want to be a recognized fighter, I know it's going to be a challenging journey because there's no journey to greatness that is easy. It's always challenge to the very end. Even after you make it, you can face greater challenge after you make it. I understood this part. I understood the battlefield because I know many opportunities are determined by the color of your skin. That was clear to me. I faced it. I accepted it. It's hard to accept, but that was the reality you have to face. You have to be realistic. I know I have to face this reality, and I was ready to face it. But what surprised me was when that was played inside the ring. And when I come and said, now I'm an African and want to be noticed here, so I have to do this thing. I'm not African American. I'm not even African American. I'm an African. So you one step below. See? So I have to work twice harder to get to the African American maybe level. 3 times harder to get to that other level. See? So I know what I have to do. I come up with this strategy and build up as a philosophy. Train when they train when they resting, train when they sleeping. The 3 things, train. So I was training all the time. Like I said, my hard work and dedication will be my ticket to make it. See? But when the discrimination follow you in the ring, where you hope that your hard work and dedication will pay off, it follows you there. That's the part I did not expect. That's the part that really surprised me. You feel sometimes your hard work is not enough. No matter how hard you work, you will be discriminated inside the ring, outside the ring. The outside the ring was not too tough for me because many have gone through and still going through it. But inside the ring, when you work so hard for something and it's taken away senselessly from you, it's difficult, it's very hard pill to swallow. It can make you feel hopeless. But I was lucky to come across with a great mind, my instructor, who told me that the dedication and the discipline I see in you, no one can fail you in this life but yourself. To me, that was it. That had made great impact on me, and it still do. Because what that did was free me from being a victim of anyone or anything. When I face situation, no matter how challenging or difficult it is, I say if I don't make it, it's because I didn't do enough. Always situation, I think what I need to do. And that's go the same with people. When they unfair towards you, it's alright. I say it's them, it's not me. They can stop me. I'm the only one who can stop myself for how I react to it and keep moving. See? That philosophy have make big difference. No one can fail you but yourself. So I did not want to play victim or accept to be a victim. Even if I was a victim, I will not be obvious about it or give anyone the self-satisfaction that I'm their victim. Not giving anyone the self-satisfaction for them to know I'm their victims. Or what they doing to this African guy, this poor African guy. I hear that many times. Sometimes the chill wanna come down, but you hold it. That's it. And when people usually come to say, oh man, these people, what they did is not right. What is this? That can be more dangerous than those who did it. To me, I know they mean well. I do not want your comfort. I do not want to be comfort. Because comfort me, you want me to be a victim of the situation. I don't want to be the victim of the situation. If it bothers you that much, go, they're the one who did it, go talk to them. Tell them what they did. Maybe that will change their mind. Maybe that will do something. But telling me what that will do, they're gonna carry on doing what they're doing. And the moment you accept that, see yourself as the victim of their doing, you will lose your will to fight. I know that. That's why I never accept to be comfort or to be victim of anything or anyone. Because the moment you do, you lose your will to fight. Let them do what they do and you do what you do. You cannot control what they do. You can only control what you do. See? So I keep training. I go back, do more. Go back and do more, and come back. I say one day it will be enough. Just keep working. One day it will be enough. One day it will be enough. So the more they do, you do more. The more you are discriminated against, you go train more, train harder. Never surrender. Because you know the moment you start blaming them, see yourself as the victim, you're done. You're done. You have surrendered your will to fight. And whenever you surrender your will to fight, you face an imminent defeat. Imminent defeat, to be conquered. That's why you don't play victim. That's the fundamental principle of any conflict or any struggle. Physical or psychological. Never play victim. Never play as a victim. And never accept to be a victim of any circumstances or anybody. Even if you are, don't accept it. Because the moment you accept it, you have surrendered your will to fight. And if you don't fight, you will be conquered. By whatever struggle you have, if you surrender, that struggle will conquer you. Whether it's an individual or situation. That's why you don't play victim. So I'm going to leave it here till next time. As always, be well and God bless.